What have you done? That's not your mother, it's a man, baby!
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't
My name is Kaye Wade. My grandkids once in a while will call and say, Grandma, I just saw this movie. Was that you? Then they'll say, well, you're not like other people's grandmas. And I say, no, I'm not. I was born in 1935 in Nebraska. When I grew up, I always wanted to be a musical star in the movies. My dad was a barber, but he also had a band, a jazz band and Dixie band. And I started singing with his band when I was about 3. I've always been in front of the cameras or in front of people. If I was afraid to go on the stage, too bad. You're going. I've always been in front of the crowd, always. Do you know what you give somebody who has everything? Kind of silly.
Is it a dream?
What's your... Ooh.
Thimbles.
Thimble, that's your clown name?
Yeah,
How'd you come up with that?
because of the washboard.
Why?
You wear thimbles on your fingers to play. You didn't know that? See my thimbles on my fingers? They make the noise. Coney Island washboard I would play. I played it on the washboard every day. Soap suds on the ground, there were bubbles all around. Rub-a-dub-dub in my little tub, all the notes I found. Now the thimbles on my fingers make the noise. Play washboard on the boardwalk for the boys. When I was 9. I was in the hospital for a year with braces and crutches and the rest of it, and came out with nothing, not shriveled like everybody else, but that's when they were first getting the idea to put the hot packs on you. Sister Kenny started that. Mom took me to the doctor. My legs weren't working right. He said, oh, it's November, she can't have polio. That's only summertime from a swimming pool. Well, that's not true, That taught me a lot. I thought I never want to waste time sleeping in bed. Never. I need to be out and doing things, whatever I can do for anybody or whatever. I just have to be doing something for somebody. I've always been very independent. Even when I was little like that, 3 and 4 years old with the band, the high school band, I would go off with the band by myself. There were no adults to chaperone, just the high school kids, And I've always been that. I've always been a grown-up. I don't remember being a real kid. I was always had some kind of job to do, something to do, It's like, I helped deliver my sister. And then in the bathtub, because we were on the farm and there's no doctor could get there. He was somewhere else delivering somebody else. So that's what I did. Just always took care of everybody. And she was born with a hole in her heart. And so when I would babysit her, my dad had a band, a dance band, and I would sing with them, but I didn't always go with them. And I would take care of my sister. We'd have to give her shots of adrenaline straight to the heart. And that's what I was doing at 10 years old. And of course, when you live in country towns or farms or anything, you do everything. You detassel the corn, you set the irrigation tubes, you milk the cows, you pitch the hay, you sing and dance and sew and cook, and you just do everything. And if you can't make the decisions, you're not going to make it.
Is your sister still alive?
No, she died when she was 3. I don't think when somebody dies in your family like that, you ever goes away. You know, she didn't get the chance to do anything, so I'll just double. I just double up and do a little bit more. My junior year in high school, we moved to San Diego. And that's when I joined the USO shows and were dancing and singing in that. We went all over the Southern California to the different military bases. We went everywhere and did shows. We had a chorus line that I helped teach, and then I sing some songs. Even one time, one of our fellas couldn't show up. I ended up dressing in men's clothes and singing his song. Don't want French fried potatoes. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm never satisfied. I want the fram sauce with the awesome fay, with Chicago on the side. Not sure that's the right words right now. That's been many years ago. And I wrote for the San Diego Tribune and interviewed all the people. I interviewed Nat King Cole and June Haver, and there were 4 of them. And Nat King Cole told me if I ever came to LA to look him up and he would help me. Because I told him I wanted to be a singer, you know. And when I got up here, I thought, oh, they don't want to be bothered with you. They tell everybody that. So I didn't look him up. And after I'd been here 7 or 8 months, he came into Zardy's one night, and that's a place that's no longer there in Hollywood that the musicians went and jammed at. And he said, aren't you that girl from San Diego? And I said, yeah. And he says, well, how long have you been here? You didn't call me for help. I'll be glad to help you. But by that time, he was very sick. And he gave me the phone number, and I called, but about 2 weeks after that, he was in the hospital. But I just didn't trust it. I didn't trust anybody. I just thought, oh, they all say that, you know. I was dancing jitterbug as an extra. These friends of mine, Wally and Helen Albright, were dancers from the 40s in movies and stuff. And they had some movies coming up. They said, come and dance, you know. They taught me how to do the real Lindy, the jitterbug, and they said, come and dance in the movies. So I went and danced in the movie, and that's how they found out that I could do other things, drive tractors and ride horses and do everything. And then they started slipping me into the stunt work every so often. Little ones, footfalls, fights. Well, you learn to take a hit. You snap the neck. Like if you're swinging at me like this, you're moving like this. When it gets here, you're snapping. Well, my first husband was a pilot in the Air Force, and I met him when I was about 13. He was in a car wreck that left him blind and semi-paralyzed and mentally out of it. And he was in a coma for 6 months. Friends that we thought were friends of ours that he was staying with would take him to the bank instead of the post office and ask him if he wanted to sign a card to me and the kids. And he would say yes, but he signed away everything we owned. These people put him in the lake and drowned him. The lady that was at the bank was going to testify. She disappeared. Nobody's been able to find her. We could never get it to court because we couldn't find people.
Did you think you'd ever find love again after your first husband?
I really didn't want to. I really didn't care about being married or anything else. I really didn't.
I'm Chuck Hicks. I played the Brow in Dick Tracy. I was the first stuntman to work as an actor and not be there because I was a stuntman. I was there because I was an actor. And her and I are the only two that are in the TV Academy as actors instead of stuntmen. Yeah. I met her actually through a friend of mine. I was under contract to Lucille Ball, and I was, pardon me, I was on The Untouchables because that was Desi's show, and I was under contract to her. And when The Untouchables came along, he put me on there. And one of the guys that was in the group with us was Nick Giorgiotti. He knew Kaye, and he asked me if I could get Kaye to some work on the show.
And he wouldn't leave me alone.
When I came into the stunt business, there was about 150 of us that took care of the whole world. That was it.
Now
I mean, we worked all the time.
And thousands
Now
and thousands.
they can do so much and take so many more chances nowadays. We didn't have, like, we can't, now they've got a nice soft bag you can fall in from 100 feet. We had boxes. We had cardboard boxes.
It's a fraternity, so girls can't be a member. But I was the first stunt lady they ever brought in. They've had others like Lucille Ball and Julie Andrews
Barbara Stanwyck.
Yeah, as honorary members. But I'm the first stunt lady ever that they let in.
She's awfully good. She wouldn't take it if she didn't think she could do it. In fact, none of us do, you know.
Yeah, it's something you don't
The idea is to know what you're doing and be able to work tomorrow.
Mike Donnelly, 612 Caswell Street.
I'm stuck in this thing! I've lost your blood!
Are you crazy?
Breathe! Get this thing off of me! It's okay. It's okay, man. Here you go. I'm sorry. Here you go, ma'am. That is my fault. Here you go. Here you go, ma'am. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh!
What are you doing?
No. I've been bruised. I've never busted anything. Or I've never been hurt, banged up where I couldn't go to work the next day.
No, no, I haven't. I did a thing for Jeannie Cooper on The Young and Restless that hurt a lot, but I mean, never out of commission. They had my arms behind me on a chair like this, taped, because she was kidnapped. And then I fall over. Well, they had a rug there, but it was in and out rug, so there was nothing there. It was a cement floor. When I went over, I hit my head right here, because you're just tied. You just go flat on your face. Sounded like a watermelon breaking, and I thought, oh God, what'd I break now? Nothing. It hurt a lot, and I still get residual pains from it, but what didn't put me out of commission or anything. I saw stars for about a half an hour, and then it was over. I didn't break anything. I don't break. Just bruises, but no, I never broken anything. No break. Well, Naked Gun 2.5, where I doubled Barbara Bush. Everything that happens to her is me. She gets hit in the nose, then he pulls a chair out, and I fall on the floor with the dishes, pull it off the table, and then he dealing with the lobster, and he takes the elbow and hits me in the face and knocks me over backwards in the chair. Then at the end, he knocks me off of the balcony. I'm hanging there in my underwear going, "George!" and nobody's paying attention. One of the stunt guys, Michael Hayes, called me and asked me if I wanted to be punched out. And I go, "Sure, why not?" That's So he took me, and I worked with Michael Myers. He had to learn how to throw a punch because he had no idea what he was doing. So I got lots of practice of the snap.
Austin, I'd like you to meet somebody. This is my mother, Mrs Exposition.
How do you do?
Austin!
My God, man, what have you done?
That's not your mother, it's a man, baby! Yeah! Come on! Why won't this wig come off?
And it was fun. I enjoyed it. Everybody loved it, that movie. I mean, you talk to the high school kids, they all know who the mom was in Austin Powers, Mrs Exposition.
Austin!
Yeah, hold on. One
No, no, my mother! Oh, Mother. Mother, are you all right?
What?
Austin, have you gone mad?
No.
You have a lot of explaining to do.
I'm sorry, Basil. I thought she was a man.
Damn it, man, you're talking about my mother.
Well, you have to admit, she is rather mannish.
Austin!
Well, no offense, but if that is a woman, it does look like she was beaten with an ugly stick.
What?
Really, Austin?
The credits gave me credit from Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, the first one, as just Kaye Wade in the stunts, but they also gave me credit in the cast as Mrs Exposition. But I was supposed to sit back there and moan, "Why me? Why would he pick on poor me? I just don't understand." Anybody I wanted to work with but didn't have the opportunity? Oh, no, I worked with so many. I worked with Bing Crosby. I worked with Bob Hope. I doubled Betty White several times. Worked with Rue McClanahan, and I've doubled Kathy Bates, and I've worked with double Maureen O'Hara. Pretty well did the thing. I even doubled Barbara Bush in Naked Gun 2.5, and I've done a lot of stuff. That's, how can you ask for more? Well, first of all, I'm a stunt woman and an actress, and I do reflexology on people and acupressure. I'm a clown. I'm Thimbles the Clown. I play washboard and sing and do little clowny things. I have the Riverboat Ramblers, which is a Dixieland and jazz band, and also the Tinseltown 10 -3. That's another one of my little bands. And I work at Sardo's Lounge, which is in Burbank on Pass. We have a 7-piece Dixie there every Tuesday and Thursday from noon to 1. I've always done stuff like that. I've got a finger in everything. I mean, it's like if I died tomorrow, I've lived 100 lives. I've done so much. And I want to keep doing.
Oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind.
What do you mean you're a musician? Oh, I get it. He's a musician, but do you know why? Because he can hold a note.